today I want to take a couple minutes and talk to you guys about 5 habits that changed the trajectory of my life. For those of you that don't actually know me very well, about 10, 11 years ago, I hit rock bottom. I was in a really bad place. I had no direction. And I was literally like, during the day crying because I didn't know what to do. I just was like so lost. I was praying to God. And I was like, dude, I need some direction. I don't know what to do. And so one of the first things that I did to get out of that funk, that really bad state, because I wasn't even able to work at that time, but I changed my phone number and I changed my friends, right? So that's number one, is change the people that you're around. If you find yourself in a bad place, make sure that you inspect who you're around. Just because they've been your friend for a long time doesn't mean they should be your friend. And so sometimes it's like, well, you don't want to like burn bridges, but you want to keep them at arm's length. And I think that's really important for us to really evaluate. And some people are like, well, I don't want to be judgmental. Well, it's like, it's your life on the line. You need to pay attention. Who is influencing you, right? Jim Rohn says that, I think Zig Ziglar said it too, that we're the average of our 5 best friends, right? Especially when it comes to income. So that's really important. The next habit is audiobooks, right? Because it's all important for us to have mentors. And the easiest way to get a mentor is listen to a self-development book. And it's not a two-way dialogue, really. It's just them talking to us, but we are absorbing a lot of their mindsets and their ideas, and it's helping change the way we think, right? And our environment is created by the way we think, and which affects what we do. And so it's really important to feed your mind with good knowledge. And a great way to do that is with self-development audiobooks. Highly recommend audible.com. Also goal setting. Back when I hit rock bottom, I didn't have any goals. I had no vision for my future. I didn't know who I was or what I wanted to do. And so once I started to set a few goals and I was laser focused on achieving those goals, it has changed everything. And Grant Cardone even talks about it in his book 10X, which I think I've recommended that book before. But he writes down his goals every single day before he goes to bed, and when he wakes up in the morning, he writes his goals down. And they're not always the same goals, right? He writes 10 goals down. And it's important to write it down because the likelihood of you achieving them is I forget, 8 or 9 times more likely if you write it down one time. Can you imagine if you wrote it down 2 times a day? Big difference. So that's really important, because when times get tough, your goals are what's going to push you through. If you got no goals, you're going to be like, what's it all for? Why am I going to do this? So it's really important to have a goal and sit by yourself. Sometimes you just need to sit in solitude and think about what it is that you want. What do you want out of life? Who are you? What do you want to accomplish? How do you want to impact others? So it's really important to do that. Anybody that's been super successful has spent a lot of time in solitude. You can't be around others all the time who are talking to you, because then you're not thinking for yourself. So it's really important. Set goals, spend time alone. So that would be number 3. Number 4 is obviously it's exercise. I know you guys hear it all the time, but we need to feel good, physically feel good, which is going to help us mentally feel good. And it's going to also push you through those tough times. The healthier you are, the more likely you are going to be able to achieve your goals, right? Your body is what's going to carry you through to achieve all of those goals. So, and then lastly is consistency, right? You want to make sure that you're persistent and consistent with all of these habits, and you don't want to give up every single day. Even when it's a grind, you want to continue to get after it, right? Continue to evaluate who you're associated with, who your friends are. You want to evaluate, what you're listening to. The news is probably not the greatest thing to listen to, right? Because they're constantly spewing fear into you, whether it's about COVID or if it's about the vaccine or the new variant, or about the economy, about the money, about inflation, whatever. They get paid on making us scared. So it's really important that we're always being consistent and persistent about, what we're feeding our bodies, what we're ingesting into our minds, and the habits that we develop, and consistently setting goals and writing them down and really creating the future that you want, rather than letting life happen to you. You take control of it and take